Hello, everyone. We are Team 3, and today we will give our project presentation on the revamp of the sporting infrastructure for the 2028 Los Angeles Olympic Games. In Team 3, the presenters are David, Michael, Harsha, Yuna, and Kamaya. Slide, please. Our main project objectives and initiatives are to upgrade and renovate existing sporting facilities and infrastructure, as well as transportation networks to accommodate all the different demands of the Olympic Games. We will also be having a marketing campaign to attract visitors, build anticipation for the games, as well as gain sponsorships ahead of the games. The team plans to implement all of these upgrades in a sustainable, eco-friendly measure that will include environmental friendly practices that will benefit both the local environment and the local community. Overall, our main objectives will lead to a strong economic impact for the city and state via the use of job creation, infrastructure enhancements, and tourism that will lead to enhanced economic output, as well as gain exposure for both the city and the Olympic Games, and lead to a long-lasting impact in the Olympic Games history. Next slide.
So we'll go over the project organization chart. We have more of a strong matrix system where the project manager has a really high authority, but the authority is shared between the stakeholders and the IOC Olympic Committee. Under the project manager, we'll have 4 functional managers to help do any project coordinating stuff with public relations, and technical operation managers who will interact with the architects and civil engineers, just making sure the construction is going well as planned. And we'll have finance budgeting manager who will work with the accountants and finance analysis, and quality manager who will be responsible for any safety issues and the regulations in our city and the government. We have thought of 3 implementation plans, and one of those is a Gantt chart that was created based on our WBS. We have 4 different phases: initialization, planning, monitoring, and control, which includes the construction and renovation time as well. And lastly, testing. Some of the activities are overlapping and parallel activities among the other ones. So our project will start in Q1 to 2024 and end in 2026.
Throughout our proposal, there's a number of risks we had to make sure we were aware of and took proper precautions in preparation for. The highest impacting potential risks we had was project scope creep and the escalation of costs, while additionally looking at safety issues that could arise during the testing phase. While going through proposal, we also made sure to build in some additional time into our proposal that it would allow us to mitigate and work through any potential hardships, or issues that arise without impacting the overall start of the Summer Olympic Games in 2028. We do believe our proposal will include enough work that we will not have meet any of these catastrophic issues, but at the same time, we are aware of them and are ready with our project organization to mitigate any of these as we see them arise throughout the project. Next slide, please.
For projects of such scale, the monitoring and control plan involves multiple phases and multiple rounds of audit. So in the pre-planning phase, we have the task force creation to make sure that the objectives and deliverables are defined, and to make sure there's proper communication as part of job demarcation. Then as part of the planning phase, we have the budget reviewing, the facilities, whatever approvals that has to be got from the government, and also to audit the first audit of capital expenditure that is to be done. Then as the part of the monitoring and control phase during execution, we have the infrastructure development, the transportation revamp, all the logistics and qualifying events for the sports that is to be taking part in the games is also going to take place at this time, and also to review any legal compliance issues or security arrangements, sponsorship, amongst others. Then finally, as we come towards the end, part of the testing phase, we have the dry run, the venue assessments, SOPs, to make sure that all the cultural events that are taking place, the sporting events, and we have a dry, smooth run for all of these events to come back. Next slide.
So for the financial plan, we are having 5 parameters: construction, project management, risk management, testing, and the total. Here we can see the construction is taking up the most of it, and the total is around $1,500,000,000. Next slide, please. So the resource allocation, as we know, it is as vital as it ensures optimal utilization of resources, cost control, risk management, and flexibility in adapting to changes. So for this year, we can see that we have the title, organization, number of people, number of months, and the projected cost. In the title, we have project manager, resource manager, marketing director, and so on. And in the organization, we have the IOC and tournament directors, the LA organizing committee, government resource, and the contractor, following by the number of people, months, and the projected cost. Next slide, please.
Based off all the proposed measures that the team has given thus far, we're confident that we will meet our schedule and cost within the limit and meet all the milestones that are involved. That will lead to an enhanced experience for all stakeholders, athletes, and attendees involved, and lead to long-term benefits for both the city, the state, and the Olympic Games. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you.